What's up, guys? It is Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 844,573. TikTok, next block. Hope you guys are doing well. I got a few things to talk about in this video. Now, I don't know if I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to title it. I don't know if I'm going to make it a Donald Trump eccentric or Bitcoin eccentric or a little bit of both, but all I know is you got to play chess, man, not checkers out here, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, Donald Trump is playing. He's playing some chess right now, man. He's playing some 3D, 4D chess right now. What I forgot to mention in that video yesterday, by the way, him being at that Libertarian convention, that Libertarian Party convention, that was huge, man. First of all, he does not need to be there. Biden doesn't have to be there. Now, a guy like RFK Jr. pretty much does. But, you know, the major parties don't really look at the Libertarian Party as a somebody serious, right? But Donald Trump said, you know what? I'm going to get every edge I can. And I know I'm more of a libertarian than any of these candidates, including RFK Jr., by the way. Because RFK Jr. is not he's not a libertarian. He's a good man. He's America first, and somewhat. He definitely has the big name with the Kennedy name and stuff like that. He's a good guy. He really is. But he does a lot of things that, you know, if you have a lot of common sense and stuff, it's not too far away from some of this far leftist stuff. And if you see his vice president, you'll know why. But anyways, I cannot underscore what Donald Trump did going to that Libertarian Party. He went into the quote-unquote lion's den, even though he was getting cheers. If I had to guess, if you guys watched that video, I left a link in the description box. He got about 70% boos, 65% boos, 30% cheers, 35% cheers, something like that. Maybe 60-40, 70-30, you know, it depends. But that's the lion's den, man. Usually Donald Trump goes to places that, you know, people agree with him and stuff like that. And he didn't do that. He went into the mouth of the beast, man. You know what I mean? And for him to go there and, you know, everywhere he goes, he gets admired and cheered. It's very weird to see people booing Donald Trump. And because the Libertarian Party is just so, I'm not gonna say they're crazy, but they're not realistic. Okay, a lot of stuff they want, it's just not gonna happen. And to be a major party or a major candidate in a major party, and to be the president of the United States, the Libertarians have to understand that they're not going to get all that crazy stuff that they want. They're just not. So, for me, I got to give a lot of credit for Donald Trump just for even showing up. And you know why he showed up? I believe it was because of Vivek Ramaswamy. I truly believe that. I also believe he's been talking a lot about Bitcoin and CBDCs because of Vivek Ramaswamy. And I've been telling you guys about Vivek, man, for a long time. This guy he's my choice, but obviously the people didn't want him yet. It's not his time yet. 2028 though. And Vivek Ramaswamy is a libertarian at heart. He really is. And Donald Trump in some ways is too. But for him to go in there and do that was great, man. That was great. And I see some game theories playing out. There's a company, and I had the name of the company. The letters are SS. I forget the name of it. I had the name, Scientific something. They just came out. They're kind of like the baby brothers or the mini-me's, very, very tiny mini-me's of MicroStrategies. And they said, you know what? We're going to go ahead and and load up our treasuries with Bitcoin. And they put $40 million worth, cuckbucks worth. They put 581 Bitcoins on their treasury, on their balance sheet, man. And I got to say, man, if you haven't noticed, they've been up 37%. A lot of people from Bitcoin are talking about that. And that's a good thing, man. And the reason I bring that up is because, I know I said that, there won't be an election and all this other stuff. But let's just say in a perfect world, Donald Trump gets elected, right? Which I still don't see, but let's just play it out. Let's play game theory that he does somehow beat the deep state. I mean, people are waking up though, man. So who knows? I guess I'm being pessimistic because I don't want to be let down. Because to this day, man, I still can't believe what happened in 2020. I still can't fathom that not only the George Floyd riots and the scamdemic and the quote-unquote January 6th, that happened in 2021, and then what happened in the election. I mean, what happened in the election was just, and then what this president has done in the last 3+ years. I still, man, it just hurts my heart. But it has awakened a giant inside of me, inside of you, and inside of a lot of Americans and people all over all overseas or all over the world, that if America is like this, then there's probably a good chance that their country's like this. So let's just say, for whats and giggles, that Trump gets in the office, right? Let me tell you something. Donald Trump, in my personal opinion, I think he should load up on Bitcoin as much as he can and put as much as he can in the treasury and on the balance sheet. I really think that. Now, let me say this, right? Game theory is starting to play out, guys. I don't know if you've noticed. Obviously, MicroStrategy is just way ahead, and no quote-unquote company is going to catch them. I'm not talking about BlackRock or these ETFs, because, again, these ETFs are supposedly, these are the customer funds, and this is their retirement portfolio. So I don't want you to get that confused. Even though BlackRock, I heard today that BlackRock is putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet too, which nobody's surprised, right? And I'm not saying they won't be able to keep it when people try to cash out. I believe they are, but technically speaking, BlackRock, ARK Invest, HODL, Fidelity, and the rest of them boys, I think it's Bitwise and all of them. They're holding Bitcoin for the clients, right? But outside of those people, obviously MicroStrategy owning 214,000, I believe, Bitcoin from the last I checked. They could have bought more, and then borrowing to buy more at almost 0% interest rates. Because remember, today's dollar is always going to be stronger than tomorrow's dollar. So for them to get Bitcoin in the 30s and the 40s and the 60s, thousands and all that, and when Bitcoin is going to be in the high 6 figures and stuff, nobody's going to catch them, man. Nobody's going to catch them. And for this company, this scientific something or something scientific or whatever it's called, the SS company, I had it on top of my head. I don't have any notes with me. For them to buy 581 Bitcoin, now I know that doesn't seem like a lot for a company, but they're not a big company. They're a small company. But trust and believe, they're going to be a big company now. For them to do that, it's showing you that MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor in particular are rubbing off on some of these small to mid to maybe even large companies in the future. I think it's going to be happening, because I think personally, after doing my research, of course, and my homework and my studying of Bitcoin, if you don't have Bitcoin on your balance sheet, I don't care who you are, you're going to lose. Because one thing we always know for certain, that these stocks and these bonds and these treasuries and these traditional financial instruments are not going to be able to keep up with Bitcoin, because the rate of the money expansion that's going to be coming here in the next 6 to 18 months is going to be something like we've never seen, especially in the next 6 months, 7 months, because we got until January 25th. If you don't remember, we had that debt ceiling bill that was passed. And by the way, Marjorie Taylor Greene signed. That's why I can't mess with her, man. I can't. And there's no debt ceiling. I mean, they can print as much as they want. And trust me, it's just like the border. There's going to be more people coming across until January 21st, January 25th. I think Donald Trump, if he gets in, he gets sworn in January 20th. And then the debt ceiling bill ends January 25th. Believe me, there's going to be more money printed and more illegals coming in that this world has ever seen. You ain't seen nothing yet, guys. So with that game theory going on, with these companies buying Bitcoin and more companies going to be doing this, I think the head of the greatest company and maybe the greatest CEO in the world, and that's Donald Trump, and the greatest company, the United States of America, because he did print a lot of money, especially in 2020. He didn't do that much before that. He did a little bit. I think he should definitely get more and keep the Bitcoin on the balance sheet now. Now, I looked this up before. I've looked this up many times, but I'm not quite sure how much Bitcoin the U.S. government has. I've heard between 190 and about 220 to 230 at the most thousand Bitcoin, because we sold a lot over the last couple of years. But we got it all from confiscating people. I think we got confiscated some from, I want to say Mt. Gox. Speaking of Mt. Gox just put a bunch of Bitcoin on one wallet, so they should be giving people their money back, but they're not going to give it to them in Bitcoin, and they're not going to give them the equivalent of Bitcoin they had back in 2010 or 11. So if you had 2 Bitcoin, you're not going to get 140,000. If you get 2 Bitcoin, you're going to get it at the price you had it at before, which is just absolute nonsense. But the government did a lot of seizures from a lot of different things, and a lot of nefarious things going on, and they got it and they confiscated it. It's not because they just bought it. But when I hear the U.S. government, now again, this is before Donald Trump and after Donald Trump, after Donald Trump and before he is now, when I hear them saying they're going to put it on Coinbase and sell it, I'm just like, why would you sell the scarcest, most hardest, greatest asset of all time for a piece of paper that you can print for free? Now, I get it. You don't want to keep printing because the less you have to print, the less inflation will be coming up, and also less you have to borrow and stuff like that. I get it. But you own the money printer, so that's kind of dumb to me. So if Donald Trump keep having Vivek Ramaswamy, now for full disclosure, Vivek Ramaswamy also, the last time I checked, a few months ago, he has some Ethereum too. Now I don't know if he has Vivek Ramaswamy I'm talking about. I don't know if he has a full grasp of Bitcoin, but Vivek Ramaswamy is one of those guys I call an alien. I have a special thing where I call certain people that are just so above everyone else intellectually. Like off the top of my head, I can tell you 3 aliens. Elon Musk is an alien intellectually. Michael Saylor and Vivek Ramaswamy. And there's a few others. That these people are just so far ahead of everybody else. It's crazy. Now again, I'm pretty sure Vivek Ramaswamy knows about Bitcoin. I'm not saying he doesn't know as much as me or something like that. I just don't know how much he studied it because he has some Ethereum. You know what I mean? But then again, he's already a billionaire, so he might just say, I'll just get a little bit and not play with it. Because he did to defend him, he did come to the Bitcoin conference last year in 2023. And that's when he, early 2023, I think it was May. About a year ago, actually. That's when I really started paying attention. I was paying attention to him before that. But when he did that, I was like, no, wait a minute now. Because Tulsi Gabbard went there too, and so did RFK Jr. But I don't know exactly how much Donald Trump, has time to sit down as a 77-year-old man and actually study Bitcoin. Because again, he doesn't really need it. But for him to go to the Libertarian Party like that and to say those words he said in the way he said it, in the way he said Bitcoin, how he said that, and how he separated crypto from Bitcoin. That's the first time he's ever done that. First time any major political person has done that. Now let me say this. I keep hearing from the Bitcoin channels and all this other stuff, I don't trust politicians, this, that, and the third. If you heard that, right, let me explain to you one more time about Donald Trump. Same as Bitcoin. It reminds me. Crypto is not Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is not crypto, okay? Saying Donald Trump is a politician is like saying Bitcoin is crypto. Again, technically, is Bitcoin a crypto? Yes. Technically, is Donald Trump a politician? Yes, technically. But is he a politician? I mean, come on, guys. You know Donald Trump way before this. He literally was a billionaire all the way up until 2015. He was elected official as the president of the United States of 2016. He wasn't a mayor. He wasn't a governor. He didn't make his money doing any of that stuff. He was just a guy that was, you know what he was doing, I got to tell you. And Bitcoin, because these other quote-unquote cryptocurrencies came out and they started naming it cryptocurrencies a long time ago, even though the Satoshi emails say that they said cryptocurrency. They just bunch them all together. They bunch Donald Trump with all these politicians. They bunch Bitcoin with crypto. No, guys, it's not the same. It's not the same. But again, you got a 77-year-old man who, I don't know how much studying he's done. I don't know how much Vivek has influenced him on his studies with that. But I do know this, for him to talk about central bank digital currencies, because he didn't know it until Vivek told him about central bank digital currencies, by the way. He came out a couple of months ago and said that, because, hey, and he said, he goes, hey, I didn't know about this. Vivek told me this, but, I will not, sanction a central bank digital currency. And also the Congress shot it down too in the House, I believe, on the floor of the House. So that's good. And of course, Democrats voted for it. And of course, evil Elizabeth Warren did too. But again, for Donald Trump to go out there into the lion's den and talk to these people about things that only we talk about, like just us crazy freedom fighters, us crazy Bitcoiners, gold stackers, silver stackers, whatever. This ain't mainstream stuff that he's talking about. This is quote unquote conspiracy stuff. This is quote unquote crazy stuff. And you got a major political guy, former president of the United States, probably the most powerful man on the planet, maybe most famous guy in the world, at least the most famous guy in the country, most popular guy in the country, talking about the things we talk about every day. Guys, we're going to look back at the Saturday convention he had at the Libertarian Convention. We're going to say, wow. So that's the game theory, guys, that I see playing out. You got these companies little by little coming in. You got people putting it on their insurance policies and stuff like that. Bitcoin. Again, you got the MicroStrategies of the world. You got Mr. 100 buying a bunch. You got people quiet as kept buying it. And I'm just looking at these prices, guys, and I'm just like, every time I wake up, I'm just like, please don't let this be the day where that Godzilla candle comes up. Because I truly believe with all this bullish stuff going on, and I'm not even telling you everything, but I'm just telling you the stuff that's already happened that I'm not even mentioning, and the things that are going to happen over the next few months. But I wake up every day thinking, this is a gift, man. This is a gift. Again, it's 1,400 something Satoshi for $1. You kidding me? I believe this. Once we cross this next 70,000, get up into the mid 70s, I don't think we're ever going to see 60s again and the 50s again. I just don't think so. I think it's just going to start taking off. And if Donald Trump was a smart man, and if he gets into office, like I said, he should definitely play this out and put as much Bitcoin on the balance sheet as possible. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And again, guys, this stuff is playing out. And I'm telling, Donald Trump to buy Bitcoin. I'm telling all my friends and family, my my son-in-law, my grandson's stepfather. I'm talking to him about Bitcoin on the vacation, and he goes, "Man, you're so enthusiastic, man. You're talking like you own Bitcoin, like it's your company, And that was funny. He said that. Just you don't realize how crazy you are. And I think I'm gonna make a video maybe tomorrow, sometime soon, of what it's like to be a Bitcoiner. And when he said that to me, I had a eureka moment. This is my company. It is, and it's your company too. And the reason I talk about it because I know I got the answer for a lot of problems, man. We fix the money, we fix the world. The fiat is poison, and I got the pill to fix it, and so do you. So I've said this once, and I say it 1,000 times, guys. You guys work your ass off for your money. Your money is your life energy, and you put your blood, sweat, and tears into this shit, man. You know what I mean? And what are you going to put it in? When you get done, you got your paycheck. What are you going to do? You got to pay your bills, right? But they always say pay yourself first. And what are you going to pay that with? You're going to pay it with gold and silver, or put it into gold and silver. You're going to put it into real estate. You're going to put it into all these different things. Listen, when I get paid, I'm always going to pay myself first. And you guys already know what I'm going to put it into. When you pay yourself first, put it into the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.